What is going on, everybody? It is Alex from Everything for iPod, and today I will be sharing my thoughts with you on Android Wear. Yesterday, Google announced that new product and kind of a new idea called Android Wear, and they did this by putting out two videos on the internet. The first one being kind of an overview video showing kind of what Android Wear was, how it can be used, but didn't go in depth at all. And a second video which was also very vague, didn't share a lot of information, but went into more of the developer side of things, still gave basically no information, but gave a little bit more than like the 1 minute and 40-second video we saw, kind of the overview. If you didn't see those videos, I will link them down in the description. I definitely recommend watching them before watching this video, that way you know what I'm talking about. So if you haven't seen them, go watch them and then come back here. But Google gave us really no information in those videos, so this isn't really an overview or a recap video. I'm just sharing what I thought after watching the videos with you guys. I wanted to tell you what I'm thinking and what my ideas were, and I thought you'd like to hear them, so I'm going to tell you why I think Android Wear is such a good idea. So yeah, there's my thought. I think it is the best advancement in smartwatches since the whole concept came out. I think this is really going to be one of the key factors that turns the whole market around and makes people eager to buy smartwatches and really gets everyone invested in the smartwatch market. So what I took away from the video is that Android Wear is a software. It's an operating system that is going to be installed onto smartwatches. It is not a particular device or a certain smartwatch like we've seen before. It's just an operating system, just like Android, that can be used on many different devices with or without modifications to the UI. So my thoughts are that Google, being one of the huge superpowers in the tech world, is going to develop a killer operating system for the smartwatch, a device that people have shown interest yet, but in my opinion really hasn't taken off and really gained a lot of popularity yet. So a major company like Google comes in, they're going to make a killer operating system that goes on a ton of smartwatches, and then smaller companies that are still on the larger scale and have the money to develop lots of products, but have the trust in Google that can create a great operating system, they make the devices. So basically Google's pairing up with a ton of different hardware developers to make chips and actual hardware for the software to be installed onto. So Google's going to make the software. Other companies, Samsung, LG, HTC, they're just some of them. There's a list on the website, which I'll link down in the description, where you can check out all the companies. They'll make the hardware. So every device is going to look different. Now, this is very different from what we've seen before in devices like the Pebble or the Galaxy Gear 2. Sure, there's different colors, there's different styles you can go with. There's the original Pebble in different colors, as well as Pebble Steel, which is a higher end model, but still that's really limiting. And when everyone starts to have those, everything starts to look the same. And you can see that in the smartphone world now. Tons of people have iPhones. If you have an iPhone, it's nothing special. Tons of people have them. Sure, it's a nice thing to have, it's very cool, but it's not one of those things where everybody has a different looking iPhone. They all look pretty much the same. You can put a case on it. End of the day, they're all going to look very similar. With Android Wear, I think we're going to get a ton of different styles and models, and it's really going to create a lot of customization in the smartwatch community. And basically, we're going to get a ton of different designs. People are going to be interested in them, not just for telling time, like a regular watch does, and for getting notifications like your smartphone does, but it's also going to be a fashion statement. Watches now, I would consider a fashion statement. They serve a purpose, and people also get different models because they look good. Smartwatches now, they look good, but if there's only a few models that are very popular with their own operating systems on them, people are going to end up buying the same ones. It's going to get old, everyone's going to have the same watch, and no one's going to like that. So Google sees the problem in my eyes before it actually starts. They're seeing, okay, people are interested in these smartwatches, but they're all going to end up looking the same. So how can we create an ecosystem that makes a ton of different devices, a ton of different looks, everyone has something they like? And that's by making the operating system. That way it's easier for the hardware developers to come out with products. They can make different looking watches, make a ton of different models, and not have to worry about the software that goes into it. And everyone is happy, the consumers are happy, Google's happy because they're making a lot of money off of their software, and in the end, it all works out. And I think that's how the smartwatch market is going to really expand. I think after Android Wear comes out, people are going to want to start buying smartwatches, and I think I will be included in that generalization. I have owned the Pebble. I owned it for about a month, and then I ended up returning it because I didn't like everything about it. I didn't think it was ready yet for consumers. Yeah, it worked perfectly. There was no lag or anything, but it didn't have a touchscreen, which I thought it needed. The screen was very small compared to the bezel on the device. It didn't have a color screen, touch screen. The screen wasn't there, basically. I did not like the screen. That was the number one thing. And it didn't work with enough devices, didn't have enough apps, and it just didn't feel like a high quality. The black and white screen just took away from it. Galaxy Gear. It's awesome, but it's not waterproof. That's why I don't like it. I think a watch should be waterproof. The Pebble's waterproof. Also, I think it's a little bit clunky, a little bit big. I've played with it a little bit. I've never owned one. I think it's a cool idea, but I don't think it's ready yet either for consumers. And I think by making Google, or Android Wear, sorry, I'm getting it confused with Google Glass. By the way, if you want to see a Google Glass video, don't forget to subscribe. I just mumbled all my words. But if you want to see a Google Glass video, I'm working on one right now. I've been working on it for months. It's finally going to come out soon, so make sure you subscribe if you don't already. But back to the Android Wear topic, I think it's going to create a huge market. There's going to be a ton of different designs, and that's how it's going to skyrocket. I'm also really excited for Apple's smartphone or smartwatch once it comes out. So if you are interested in that, I'll definitely have coverage on that when it becomes available. But right now we're talking about Android Wear. So those are my thoughts. Leave your thoughts down in the comments. I'm really curious to know what you guys are thinking. Again, that's Android Wear. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. That way I know you guys want to see more videos like this. Again, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you next time.